Hello there, Jose Rodriguez once again. It is still the 11th of May, Thursday evening. And as you can see, I have a printhead here. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a couple of minutes. I was reading a forum post. A person with a 9500 Mark II was having a very strange looking nozzle check. And they discovered the problem when their prints began to have strange banding problems. So once I saw the scan of the nozzle check, I immediately knew what the problem was, and I passed that information on to the owner of the 9500 Mark II printer. So as luck would have it, a couple of days later, my 9500 Mark II decided to die on me. It must have known that I was planning to get rid of it to make room for my Pro 1000, because I want to move my P800 to the rack system and have the Pro 1000 prominently sitting right there in front of me so we can do lots of videos on that baby. So here's the deal. The printer will not turn on at all. I've done everything I can possibly imagine next to tearing it apart, which I am not going to do. So I decided to harvest everything I could out of it. And I have the printhead here, which I am done flushing out of all of the ink. I am now treating it with my alcohol, water, and glycerol solution so that it can be stored after wrapping it with saran wrap. It can be stored, and whoever needs it, I can make it available for them. Now, here's the thing. Let me move this over here. I'll show you what a proper nozzle check from a Canon printer looks like. And I wanted to use my 9500 as a perfect direct analog to the one that was submitted in the forum. But you can see that the printer produces these bands, each corresponding to one of the color channels. And as long as you have a complete solid band all the way across, that means that channel is flowing 100%. Not one nozzle is blocked. Occasionally, if you do have any kind of air blockage due to bad refilling, if you are refilling, or your printhead actually is becoming clogged, you will have random missing segments, okay, throughout, either on the top, the middle, 3/4 of the way down, just randomly. You will have some blank spaces. And usually after a cleaning cycle or two, it will clear up by itself. So moral is to use your printer. All right, so here comes this particular nozzle check. And as soon as I saw it, I said, wait a minute, we have a perfect black. Two blacks are perfect. The gray is perfect. The red and green are perfect. The magenta and yellow are perfect. But then the cyan, photo cyan, and the photo magenta are missing 50% of the band. As you can see, the upper band is normal. The lower band in this particular case, it is only showing about 10%. The PM is blank at the bottom. The cyan is blank at the bottom. What could that be? It is an electronic failure of the printhead, sadly. So that means you need a new printhead. What causes that problem? It could be a number of things. Just the head by itself developed the electronic failure, meaning that half of the nozzles from the middle all the way down to the bottom are failing or just not firing at all. This problem can only be fixed by installing a new printhead, or in this case, a spare printhead you might have. Now, often what will happen is that the printhead will cause your logic board to also fail. So then subsequent printheads that are installed will trigger an electronic failure onto that brand new expensive printhead that you just installed. So it is just a really horrible condition, and one that really nothing can be done about it other than send it to a repair center to have that diagnosed, to make sure that it's only the printhead that is bad and not that the printhead has caused damage to the logic board as well. So, and that often costs more than the printer really is worth. So at that point, being that this is a fairly older model of Canon, you might want to consider moving up to a newer, more up-to-date model. All right, that is it. I hope this wasn't horrible news, but it happens. It doesn't happen very often. It's a very rare occurrence, and one that unfortunately there's not much you can really do about it. You cross your fingers, you put a new printhead, and everything is fine. But often than not, is the logic board that has also gone bad, and that damage is caused by the bad printhead to begin with. So once that occurs, then you have a chain reaction that will occur every time you try to put a new printhead in. So at that point, either spend the money to have the logic board diagnosed and repaired or replaced. They don't really repair them. It's a replaceable part. And the cost of that often is more than the printer is worth. So sad situation regardless of how you look at it. All right, not a happy subject, but one that does occur occasionally and one that has to be dealt with. So on that note, I will leave you now. I gotta head on upstairs, get ready for tomorrow. We're gonna visit our daughter, the one that lives further away, not Nathan's mother, my second daughter. And we should have a nice afternoon with her. It'll be at work, so we have to catch her during her break and take her out for a bite to eat at the mall. All right, thanks so much. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. And until the next time, happy printing, everybody. Bye-bye.